Cool.
Huh? No, 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 whatever. I can do Starks, I can do Boltons.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Bolton's for me it is. I played 2 games on Tuesday with a local, and I played some Bolton stuff, and the board feels better, the terrain feels great, and Boltons don't feel completely outclassed now. I've but in both of those games, the my opponent playing the Starks, he never drew Winter's Coming, the free attack card. So that may also like affect that matchup. Hmm. Right. Right. Oh, absolutely. It's definitely, I think, something I've seen other people do. Oh gosh, what even is my Steam name? Let me look. What it is. Sure. Sure. Hmm. Right. Oh, definitely. I think the nerf to the Tully Cav like free maneuver thing is big. I think the nerf getting rid of regroup on Rob is pretty big. I think.
Yeah, he was there.
Yes. He was always there. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
No, I don't think I've had you. Mine is Raidok, Raidok. Let me get back into there. hopefully just hopefully just me. All right, yeah. Should hopefully just me. A dark elf. Mhm. Now that's in Steam itself, the friend's request.
Maybe.
That the legendary
Me.
Mad King?
I'm- yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure we did. I mean, we made everybody at nationals. If you were at nationals, I bet you at some point.
Yeah. I was playing Martels, so.
I was playing Free Folk.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, so fewer of us. No, I don't think there was. There was, but I think there was only 5 Free Folk. I don't. Might have been only 5 Martells.
There were definitely much fewer free folk than Martel, I think. Let me look. Let me look back at the Nats event. Because I know there was, let's see, US Nationals. Stats, here we go. Looks like, okay, 10%. So of the like 53 players were free folk.
That's 5.
Yeah. 12% for Martels.
Yeah,
So
one
only
more.
like one more, yeah.
I'm looking for it. Gallivant, is that you? Okay. All right, come on, accept it. Oh, there we go. Yay. Yep. Please God, have the new ones in there.
Gotcha. I have the December stuff pulled up on my phone, so I can just keep referencing that.
Yeah, I've got it hard printed here next to me.
Mm. So true.
Ooh.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Now he should be able to hear everybody.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Let's see. I tried this out the other day. I think we're going to keep trying it out. So I think the downside is if they haven't updated the December stuff, all the Cranog stuff won't be in here either.
Yeah.
I'll just search out real quick then. We can use the old Kranich cards just as the old Kranich units as placemakers, placeholders, whatever the term is.
Yeah.
Spawn faction.
So it's the Krana. It's obviously Howland Commander, and then the 2 combat units, and then it's the Cranog Warden, the guy that used to give Overwatch. He gives Overwatch currently, but he does something different now.
Yeah, Opportunist and Pathfinder is what he does now.
That's right.
Jan, if you're watching the stream, can you just confirm whether you could hear more than just Matt? We've got a whole 2 viewers right now. Ooh, boy.
Woo-hoo. Sweet.
Let's see, what's Matt running? Blackguard, Spearmen, Zorses, Archers. I appreciate that they gave Boltons another 7-point infantry unit. They definitely needed it. I don't know if getting rid of the 6-point unit was the answer, especially because I don't think Blackguard are good.
Well, I think it probably balances it out because you get 2 more 6-point options in the Zorse Riders and the Bloody Mummer Skirmishers.
Yeah, so
right?
I feel like they kind of, especially with like the way that the points have gone, I think the value of a 6-point unit has gone up a lot because it helps alleviate a lot of the awkward list building that comes with 5-point base NCUs, and you only have 2 of those, so you're going to have to take 6-point NCUs.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think also part of it is I'd probably feel better about not having 6-point Blackguard if I felt like the Dreadfort Blackguard were worth 7 points. Like, I feel like that's just... That looks like
I think with the way that Horrific Visage now works, where it's like, regardless of a charge, an attack, or retreat, like, and the fact that Hover, like, you just stick a forest down the middle, and you get +1 to your defense as long as your tray is touching it, they're not going to get shot. They can go and sit on a center objective. Or they don't even need to sit on a center objective. They can just sit near it. And if your commander's in it, good luck.
Yeah, and there is a lot less mobility. Well, I mean, right now there is. They brought it back with the Horse Stone. But, like, the previous iteration of the Horse Stone, I do agree, like, it made the defensive unit a lot better. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the greatest counter to a unit like Blackguard is just don't get engaged with it. And, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's... I'm just not feeling it, especially because it's... Honestly, like, and since you can't combo it with Intimidating Presence, alright, so what? I take the Panic Test, I fail it. I take 2 wounds. Ooh. Okay.
So what I will say is, and in playing the 2 games I played the other day, general morale was down on the whole. Like the only like 5-up morale units that Starks like 5 or better in Starks are one, the Wolf, who auto passes panic anyways, and then you've got the Umber Berserkers, and then you have Tullycav, and those are the only 5-up morale units so far that Starks have, and everything else is 6 or 7.
Yeah, no, it's...
So those horrific Visage panic tests are coming in at 9 to 10 pluses for most everything else.
Yeah, and that, so like, but that, well, my point wasn't that it was like, like I take the panic test and I'll pass it. I'll accept you're going to fail the panic test against the Blackguard, but I don't think there's enough of a penalty because it's just 1 to 3 wounds. And yeah, don't get me wrong, 1 to 3 wounds ain't nothing, especially since the bag zone nerf and stuff. But considering Stark's gained healing, I don't think it's as big a deal. Considering they want to be taking wounds, I don't think it's as detrimental. And again, at the end of the day, it's a couple wounds. Yeah, they hit harder since they've got Precision and Vicious. They're throwing 7 on 3s, but it's... I don't know. I think just like taking a couple of wounds isn't enough considering that's all they've got going on. They kind of feel almost like worse Rose Knights. Because, yeah, you're taking some extra wounds by being engaged with them, but at least Rose Knights are healing.
I think that's fair. I think so far in testing it out, they just don't die so far. Because you're putting your commander in the most likely, and granted, this is just testing with Steel Shanks, and just having your defensive rerolls. It's just a unit that doesn't die. And it can still pump out, like, good damage regardless.
I'll defer to you on that one, because, I mean, I'm too tainted. I've played too many Baratheons. I don't trust a 3-up armor save. I don't even trust a 2-up armor save. But they also have a ton of weakened generations, so that's going to help, especially if you've got Steel Shanks Walton in them. I'll give you that. That's pretty zesty.
I have Steel Shanks plus Ben Bones, and I think that combo alone is something that makes them even like, because once they're in, you're not retreating from them. I mean, you can, but the detriment of it, and with the swords offering a free charge, like retreating just becomes that less appealing.
Yeah, I do like the bend bones. I like the reversed hold the line, the generating hits when you're trying to retreat. That's pretty. That's nice. That's really nice for something with a unit like Blackguard. I like that.
Also, generating the panic token on the charge, it means that you're already gonna, even if you're charging a unit with 0 tokens, you're gonna get at least 1 token. So Steel Shanks' ability is gonna give you an extra die. And if you're charging off the swords, yeah, you go down to 5, but boom, you got a panic token. Boom, I'm going up to 6 dice anyways. My lowest attack die value doesn't matter because I'm still going to get +1 die from Steel Shanks.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind the fact that the attack is at its lowest dice value. I don't think that's that big of a deal, especially because if you're making an attack with it, you're probably choosing your elite unit. So you're taking -2 dice on it, which really in the grand scheme of things, that's... If you're lucky, that's -2 hits. More often than not, it's just 1 less hit. It's not that big a deal.
Right. Alright, so we got those guys. Let's see. Archers. Also, just in testing, ranged is definitely weaker, but does not feel like useless.
Yeah, I've been fond... I'm glad they changed cavalry. I'm glad they changed ranged. I think cavalry was probably a little over the top, seeing the game in play. Ranged, I'm still... I guess I still want to see how that's going to go. Because, it doesn't seem bad, especially considering you've got, access to rerolls. On, I think, both ranged units now.
Yes. Yes. It's baked into the Dreadfort Archers, and then you can get rerolls if you take the attachment for the Stark Archers.
Yeah, so I'm feeling all right about ranged.
And also, if you really want to bump the Dreadfort Archer's ranged attack profile, you just bring Sour Allen to give them crit blow. And that's another way just to make them even scarier. We've got also new Ramsey NCU is I want to say super solid.
Which I think it's cool having someone who wants to hang off the battlefield for a while, and then they're going to pop out like giving
that. Well, now he doesn't even have to. If you look at the December update, his thing is just when a friendly unit charges this round, if it successfully charges, target all enemies within long range, and they all become panicked.
Yeah, and he still has the panic bomb if you take the swords.
Yep, and he doesn't even have to, like, he can still claim a zone, and he doesn't get punished. He can still use that once per round effect.
That's really good. And now that the swords is back to the attack, you've got like the 2 panic tests off it.
Yeah,
yeah,
and you get to, like, you can free charge off of it, so you get to trigger basically both of his abilities if you get to claim swords with him at the start. Okay. Also, Grunt is just what an attachment.
Did he get changed, or is he still blocking hits based on condition tokens?
So he blocks 1+1 for each condition token on the attacker, so max to 4.
Yeah, which is really funny if you get like a big cruelty and calculating cruelty, whatever it is, the one that reduces attack dice.
Yes, and that one you don't even have to expend the tokens. You just count how many tokens you have on the unit.
Yeah, I like most of the Bolton deck. Like I never like a card that's reliant on a dice roll. So like I still am not a huge fan of Horrific Reputation. It's definitely better, but I'm still not a huge fan of it. But like I think the rest of the deck helps make up for it because they've got some really cool, unique, powerful control.
Yes, the panic test is okay. I think on Horrific Reputation.
Definitely not going to be able to cut the PDFs like I did last time and get them saved. So let me see if I can find another way to make that work. What I'm hoping to do.
All right. Let's see. I'm just going to get all these attachments plugged in, and then I'll be good to go. Okay, there we go. There we go. I will say the new Winterfell Guardian having the battle hardened resilient seems a little nutty on Tilly Cav.
Yeah, I'm glad they lost some healing. But like I don't know, I feel like I think Chanel does a really good job designing. I think he's a great developer. I think he's a great designer. And I understand he's working on a bazillion games, so I don't expect him to be able to spend a lot of time with this. But it's like the wild spread of balance that always kind of like astounds me sometimes.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But it seems like they're like, it seems like from what he's implied in the various podcasts, there's at least a team working on it, like more than just him. and they seem pretty like responsive to like feedback, which is nice.
Yeah, no, I'm like I was saying earlier. Like I've been nervous that like after nationals, when I went to national, I made sure I could go there because I really honestly thought like this is it. This is probably going to be like the last major song event in the States, maybe like ever. I was like, I definitely want to make it out to this. So like, I'm really glad to see that they're doing something for the game.
Right. Absolutely. What game mode should we play? We can do Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, or Dance with Dragons.
Last time we did Clash of Kings, so if I could request either Game of Thrones or Dance with Dragons, I got no preference for either. But
I don't either. Flip a die, or it's fine.
Here, we'll do. We'll just roll a die here. 1, 2, 3, Game of Thrones. 4, 5, 6, Dance with Dragons. Looks like Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
There it is. Okay. So, and then do we want to do the terrain layouts, or do we want to just do Chosen?
Was it 5?
What was it, Matt?
I said, was it 5 pieces now or something, or?
Yeah, the terrain layouts give like 5 pieces.
I'm good for another layout. Layouts are... let's do the layout just because I feel like the terrain is still kind of busted right now.
Sure.
Actually,
yeah.
Maybe... I don't know. I feel like no matter what, it'll be a good play test because I feel like the battlefield layouts are being pushed, and I know terrain was a big focus of this one. So I guess just don't do what they did last time where they tuck a hedge off to the corner to never be used.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't think hedges are useless anymore either. I think hedges are solid.
Yeah.
For what cover does now. They're not destructible either. They stay.
I mean, I didn't even think necessarily hedges were like useless before. I definitely wasn't a fan that they were a one-time use.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, now the only destructible terrain are the stakes and palisades, which is good. I also like the change they made to like the destructible keyword.
Yeah, I like how you get the shift afterwards.
Yes.
I also like that you use your activation for it. That you can't do it off the swords.
Yes. So let's see. What are the terrain layouts? Let me look at those. Those are in this PDF, right? Okay, so let's roll another die and see which one we get. Three, so that's wetlands. So we get 2 bogs. Get 1 hedge. We get 1 stake. And then 1 forest or corpse pile. Okay. So we can roll for placement.
All right.
That's a 5 for me.
4 for me.
All right. I think I'm going to choose the corpse pile.
Cocker.
So let's delete the forest. I do really like the corpse pile change. I like the weirwood and corpse pile change a lot because they're not just inherently like the opposite of each other.
Yeah, I like the change. I just think it needs some tuning. Like I think they need to do something better about like. I think the weirwood should be at the start of the activation, not the end.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll put the corpse pile right there.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna go with my standard. Put the bog in between the 2 objectives over there. Then.
All right. Cool. So I think what I can do is take the hedge and get it something like that. Or do I? Yeah, we'll do the hedge there. Um, oh yeah, we'll move it again. So yeah, we'll do the hedge like that, I think. Well, actually, can I get a little bit closer? Yes, I can. Sure, we'll do the hedge right there.
What? We'll put the other pointy sticks right there.
All right, I guess we'll grab the other bog then and chuck it. Why not? Layer it up over there. Yeah, we'll do something like that with the bog right over there. Move it slightly. Yeah, we'll do the bog right there. Ready terrain and objectives. And then we can roll for sides and turn order.
All right.
That's a 1 for me.
4 for me.
All right.
I will stay over here and have you deploy first, and then you may pick first player.
All right. Oh, and we're gonna need a. Let me grab. We need a 6th zone for the faction zone. So let me grab the water gardens. Actually, we can have that serve as the faction zone. Doran should have it, right? Yeah, he should have it. Yeah, there it is. We'll have that be the faction zone. Because, yeah, now we just have 6 base zones.
I'm a huge fan of that change. Like, I liked the last iteration of the tactics board. I just thought it needed some tweaking, but this one's even better. They've been cooking on that.
Yes, for sure. Heal it up. There we go. Okay. So deploy. Let's just be simple and grab Steel Shanks in the Blackguard. If it'll let me pick him up. There we go. And we'll place him like so. All right.
We'll put Brendan Pelly and Telly Sworn shields. Put him right in the middle.
Okay. Let's grab the Bloody Mummer Zorse Riders and place them right up like so. Voila.
Get the Stark Sworn shields. Swords, you think? Right next to Brendan.
We'll grab Grunt and the Spearmen and deploy them up. Yeah. Like so.
Yeah. We'll put our cramming trackers over here.
Sure. Alright. And then we'll grab Dreadfort Archers and place them up like so, I think. Yeah. Okay.
We'll put some Telly Cavaliers up here.
Okay. Three. All right, interesting. Oh yeah, we get to do the free mulligan.
Yep.
So I think I will. Mulligan.
I will keep what I got.
Sure. Let's see. Much better. Cool. All right, and I will choose to go first, I think.
All right. Well, good luck.
Good luck to you as well. So start of the turn. Let's go ahead and play sadistic games, and just say, do you want 2 things to become weakened or 2 things to become vulnerable?
I'll have 2 things become vulnerable.
All right. Let's go ahead and have this gentleman and this gentleman become vulnerable.
Okay.
Any start of turns for you?
I do not.
Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Walda, have her claim the letters, and just say I'm going to be the first player next turn.
All right. All right. Let's see. I will have Caitlin take Brown Zone.
Sure.
And we will. Let's zap the archers. Is that what it is now?
So they gain
target one in a battlefield gains condition, then it suffers a pancake. So yeah, that's because your archers have the worst morale, right?
Everything is a 7-up except for the Blackguard, which are a 6-up.
Yeah. All right. So let's we'll zap the archers. We'll give them a panic token.
Sure.
And then we will zap the archers.
So I'm panicking on a 7.
Yeah. No minuses or anything.
Failing for 1 right now.
All right, well, we'll leave the panic token on there then.
Okay.
And then after she claims the crown, you may remove 1 condition token from a friendly battlefield unit. So let's take this vulnerable off the Tully Sworn Shields.
Sure.
All right.
All right. I will activate Walder, claim the bags, and just get rid of that, and then his influence will go on to, I guess, sure, we'll have it go on to the Blackguard.
All right. Let's... All right, so let's put Hallen on the maneuver zone.
Sure.
And we will have the Tullys. Hallen blocks the weaken token. So we'll just have the Tullys here make a maneuver action.
Sure.
And then we'll have Hallen will influence your North Rider. So battlefield is having hindering interrupt.
Sounds good. All right. Let's go ahead and activate Steel Shanks and just have him do some marching. Pivot slightly, I guess. Like so. All right.
All right. We'll activate the Crampmans over here.
Sure.
With the Warden.
Mm-hmm.
And I have them March 12. He still ignores terrain penalties.
Yep.
Okay, we'll pivot just a hair.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, let's activate Grunt and the Spearman. And they'll do some marching. Up 10. Slightly. Like so. All right.
I'll activate Brendan.
Yep.
March up as well.
Sure.
Slightly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Well. So when you complete that action, I will play Steelshank's Watch.
Okay.
So I'm going to target that unit, and then when I target it, I get to, if there's a friendly House Bolton unit in long range, it becomes vulnerable, so you'll become vulnerable. Then that unit can perform, that friendly House Bolton unit can perform a 2-inch shift, so we'll do a 2-inch shift with Steelshank's Walton.
Okay.
Shift up 2. Like so. And then because I targeted Steelshank's Walton's unit, I get to draw a card.
It's such an intimidating card. It just does so much. It's like
it does a lot.
It's like it's 3 small things, but it's like when it happens. Matt, do you feel overwhelmed? I feel overwhelmed.
I feel like he's reading a book.
Kind of, right? Kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't bring Hal and read Commander, because it's like, when you have to do this card, you have to do this. If this condition is met, and this condition is met, and this condition is met, then you can do that. Oh, and then also do this. Oh, great. I was like, nah, that's a little much.
All right, so back to my turn. Start of the turn, I don't have anything.
Nope, I don't have any start turn.
I'm going to activate Ramsey.
All right.
Have him take the swords.
All right.
And I'm going to give a charge to Steelshank's unit. So we are auto-win on the charge, so we don't need to roll the die.
All right.
So we will charge. Actually, let me make sure. Let me check the new rules for the corpse pile, because it's hindering. That doesn't matter because I'm auto-in. Funny how that works. Because if I go over the hedge, I don't get the charge bonus reroll, so I don't want to align like that. Yeah, so we will align like so. So when I charge you, we'll use Ramsey's ability. So everybody, and now here's where it gets confusing, because Ramsey's thing says target every enemy unit within long range, but it doesn't specify long range of who. So I'm assuming it's long range of Steelshanks. But I don't think it matters here. Yeah, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. So everybody in long range here is going to become panicked. So Sworn Swords, Totally Cav, or Totally Sworn Shields, and then the trackers are all going to become panicked.
Okay.
Then I'm going to swing. It would be 5 dice at my lowest rank, but because of you have 2 condition tokens on you, I'm going to get +2 dice, so I'm going to go back up to 7. And because I control the bags from Walder and his influence, I'm going to get Sundering. So it's going to be 7 dice on 3s with Sundering, Vicious, Precision, and rerolls.
Nope.
All right. So rolling. And then we'll reroll the failures. Okay, so that's 2 precision and then 3 hits.
All right, so we'll pop our shield wall to block 3 of those.
All right. So
Okay.
still the two wounds.
Yes, the two auto wounds.
Yep.
But then, I still have to roll the dice. I still have to roll for 3 hits.
Yes, correct.
Really.
And you, I can't tell.
Did they change the wording of precision where it's no longer wounds and you just don't roll defense dice? Would shield wall still stop precision?
I think precision is still wounds.
Yeah, I mean, it just says precision on the card. It doesn't say doesn't have any change to the keywords. So I guess that's still the same.
Well, you're rolling dice.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get an answer to that.
Okay. All right, so 3 hits, looking for 3s.
4s because of sundering.
Oh, sundering. Yep, sorry. Of course.
All good.
Rolling. Never mind. But the shield wall blocked 2 of those, so I'm just taking 1 more.
You
Okay,
block
5.
3, right? You block 3.
I blocked 3.
Yes,
Oh,
1
you
plus
only had 3 hits.
1.
Oh,
Yeah, you block. Yeah. So you
3
you
actually.
just take. So you only take the 2 from the 2 precision, and then a
Okay.
vicious panic test with you're going to take +1 wound on the failure because you're within 3 inches of the corpse pile, but it's +1 wound to a maximum of 3.
All right, so these guys are a 6, so it'd be an 8.
Yep.
So
That is a fail for 2. That was a 4.
Yeah.
Do I want you to re-roll to make it possibly 3? Sure. Let's have you re-roll the damage with the panic token. Perfect. So 3 wounds.
All right.
All right. And that is my turn.
Okay. All right. Activate the sworn swords here. March to there. Keep it. Done. Did you put a weakened token on my trackers?
Did I put a weakened token? No, I
Okay.
don't think so.
For some reason,
No.
even though I'm in spectator mode, I can still interact with tokens.
Oh, gotcha.
So that might have been me by accident. Just clicking.
Gotcha.
them,
Yeah,
moving around.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think they should be weakened. No.
Right.
Okay. So back to me. Let's just activate the Zorses. So because of Howlin, they're only going to get to shift up to 5. Or wait, no, because Rough is different now. Rough is different now, right? Rough is now units performing a maneuver or march action, so I don't suffer the -1 to the shift, which is interesting.
Right. Just the maneuver, the march, and then it's just -1 to your total distance instead of like you don't go. Your thing doesn't go.
So then we can pivot at the end of it. So we will, I guess. Well, do we care? Because we're probably just going to maneuver. I can just go 5. Yeah, well, I guess we can pivot like this. And march 11 this way? Is that what we want to do? No, I think we just maneuver. So yeah, we'll just do a 5-inch maneuver after that. So we'll go 5 inches to there. Maybe pivot slightly less. Sure, we'll go like that.
Mhm.
And we'll be happy right there.
All right, well, I guess we'll pick Roderick on the house zone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we want to do card wise to represent the house. I guess we can do one of these.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we can just use those. That's perfect.
So I guess we'll just put it on the tellies.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
And that's all he does for that.
Sure. So,
I guess that's counted as being on the council board.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. So you'd have to, well, you'd go up to there and then, Okay. Well, we'll activate the archers and we'll just do a 5-inch maneuver, I think. And we'll go 5 inches to there, I think. Yeah, we'll go like that. And be happy just like so. Back to you.
Mhm.
Oh, you
All
know
right,
what I
well,
forgot to do? But
what?
it doesn't matter now. I realized I forgot to do Ramsey's other second ability from the swords.
Oh, the extra panic
I need to
test.
remember the extra panic
Mhm.
test. It doesn't. We'll forget about it for now, but I need to remember to do that later.
Yeah.
If it comes up again.
All
Yo,
right.
while you're moving around your horses, so I'm looking at the house zone cards right now. Both of them have the same language where it's target one friendly battlefield unit and attach this card to them until the end of their next activation. So if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, so the start card is going to fall off the House Tully Cavaliers after this activation. But if he had activated the Tully Cavaliers and then activated his NCU that put it on, that house zone card would stick around through round 1 and into round 2.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, I read that the same way. I was like,
I
uh-oh.
only thought about that now. That's pretty sick, especially for the Boltons.
Yes. Because you get to put out a bunch of tokens if they keep making out of activation actions.
Yeah, using the tactics board. That's okay. All right. Yeah, I'm liking this more and more.
All right, so the tellies will do their maneuver, I guess it is.
Mhm.
And then we will go ahead and destroy said stakes.
Yep.
And then we get a 2-inch shift for that?
Yeah, you get a 2-inch shift and then a pivot. I think it's a 2-inch shift directly forward. Let me make sure though.
Yeah, it's a forward shift.
Yep.
Okay.
And then pivot. Yep.
Oops. Come on. And then just this light here. All right.
Okay. Now, end of the round. Nobody scores. I'll keep my 2 and just draw 1. Okay.
Oops. Oh, at least that still works.
Yep. Okay.
And you stole the first player.
Yes, I stole the first player.
Get back to first player.
All right. So.
Jan's out there pumping his fist right now.
So start of the turn. Do I have anything? No, I do not. Let's see. What's that look like? If we were to attempt that, it's like a 1, 2 upcharge maybe. Yeah, 2 upcharge. That's if we can see them. And I could also go for that on a farther charge, but that's probably not the thing I want to do. I think it's just yeah. I'm just going to activate Ramsey.
Okay.
Have him claim the swords. And we're going to have Steel Shanks make an attack. Oh, that is back over here. So move that back here. So we will realign, I think, like so. And then we're going to roll, it would be 5 dice, but 6 dice because you have 1 condition token on you. With Vicious and Precision, but no rerolls. So you're looking at 3 hits. 3 on
Sundering
3.
this time?
No sundering.
Sundering. All right.
No sundering.
All right. So we won't pop shield wall then. So, rolling.
Yep.
And we take 1.
You take 1. Do I want
You
to
want to spend the ball?
vulnerable?
Yeah.
Do I spend the vulnerable? No. We'll keep it.
Not to tell you how to play, but is
Yeah, I
Brendan
know.
Tully in that unit?
Yeah, I mean, I could have re-rolled the 1 miss because he hasn't
Yes.
activated it yet. But that's okay.
That's true. Yeah, you can re-roll it. Yeah, if you want
But
to.
I mean, you're gonna spend the you weren't. I mean, all right. Well, I'll re-roll it, and then if you want to spend,
Yeah. Because the vulnerable gets spent, and then you would re-roll with Brendan. So I have
Oh,
it's
so
my
you're active
because
player.
I'm active player. Yeah.
So
you can.
did you want to?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to keep it.
All right. Well, I will re-roll his failure then,
Sure.
and we pass.
Okay. All good.
All right.
And then I will use Ramsey's ability to target the Sworn Swords to take a -1 panic test because the Tully Sworn Shields are missing 1 rank.
All right.
And then you
So just a -1 panic test. Should be on an 8.
Yeah. You're within 3 inches of the corpse pile, so you'll take 1 extra wound to a max of 3 on failure.
All right. All right. I'm looking for an 8.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be 2. I would leave.
Fail for 2. Sure. Well, no. Is it worth it? Yeah. No. We'll keep it. Okay. You just fail for 2.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Start of your turn. Do you have anything?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to pop Damon's Order Dance. So the archers will become vulnerable and then perform a 3-inch maneuver.
Okay.
So they will go something like. They'll go something like that.
All right.
And then back to you.
All right. All right, I'm going to activate Roderick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the letter zones.
Mm-hmm.
And that will replace. So that will now, he replaces that with the free attack.
Mm-hmm.
So now, am I going to have to take a horrific visage for that?
Yes.
Okay.
So it'd be -3 for the horrific visage.
Okay. 6, so it'd be a 9. Ouch. Is it 4?
No, 3. So it's a maximum of 3 from the corpse pile.
Okay. All right.
And you could choose to realign if you wanted to. That way you wouldn't have to
Yeah.
worry. You still roll the 3, so it doesn't change it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you want to get out of it for, later rules.
Oh, come on. There you go.
There you go.
All right. So 4 dice on 3s with precision.
You're going to be on 4s, actually. That's their new thing.
You do have rerolls, though. Off of Roderick.
That's true. Yes, Roderick gives you
actually,
rerolls.
actually, I get. Is this? Which version is this?
That's the old version. The battle hardened is
yeah. I gotta look at. Yeah. He doesn't have that anymore. Okay. So yeah. 4 dice. 4 dice on 4s. I'll get it in a minute. All right. Rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to reroll the failures.
Indeed.
So 3 hits.
3 hits. Okay. 3 on 3s. And because you don't control the crowns, I will also get to reroll my defense saves. So I'll reroll the 1 fail. So I auto pass.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Back to you.
Back to me. I have no start of the turns. I will activate Walder. Have him claim the crowns. He's going to influence. Will influence and turn off Brendan's attachment.
Okay.
And then we're going to target Brendan's unit. We'll have him become panicked and then suffer a -2 panic test. And on failure, you'll suffer base 2 plus 1. Oh, no, just base 2 because you're out of 3 inches of the corpse file.
Okay. All right. So -2.
Yep, -2 because of the 2 destroyed ranks.
All right. So looking for an 8. There we go. Finally. Unless you'd like to pick.
Yeah, I think I'll have you reroll the two red dice. Why not? There we go. So 2 wounds.
All right.
All right. Back to you.
All right. What does that do? All right, we're going to activate the Sworn Swords.
Yep, go for it.
And we will charge your Blackguard.
Sure.
Should be pretty much auto in.
Yeah, so you don't even need to roll, yep.
Oops. Yay.
Yeah, there's no disorderly charges anymore, so.
No. Yeah, so it's bumped into the wrong track.
All right, so there will be a horrific visage at -3.
Yeah. They are a 7, so it'll be a 10.
So that's a fail for 2 because of the corpse file.
Right. Did you want to panic anything?
No, I'm fine with the 2 there.
Okay. All right.
And then before rolling attack dice, do you have anything?
You become vulnerable for the Sworn Furious Charge for the Sworn Sword Captain.
Indeed. And then that gives you Sundering, and then they are. Let me see. So they get 5 dice, but plus 2 hits for each of their destroyer ranks, so they're going to get plus 1 hit. And then and then you got crit blow. Do you have anything to play before rolling dice?
I do not.
Okay, I'm going to play Cruelty and Cunning and remove 3 of your attack dice. So you go from 5 down to 2.
Okay.
And then you get the plus 1 hit because of their ability.
Hit on a 4. All right. Rolling. So 2 hits. I won't greed that.
All right. So it's going to be 3 because of their ability.
Down, all right.
So, yep. So 3 on 4s because of the Sundering.
Yep.
Rolling. I'm saving 1. Would you like to vulnerable it? I will get to reroll because of the crowns. Okay. So I will reroll the success. Still a success, and then I'll reroll the failures. Still 2 fails, so I'll take 2. 2. And then a panic on a 6. I get plus 1, minus 1 wounds on the fail here if I fail. I do not. I pass on a 6. Okay. So let's see. What do I want to do? Probably just do that. Yeah. Let's just could do that also. That's also not a terrible idea. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's activate the Zorse Riders. If you have no start of the turns.
I do not.
Okay. So they'll do their shift up to right like so. Like that. And then we'll target Brendan's unit. If he's in short range, he should be. I can always shift up slightly more to make sure he is. So I might just shift up slightly more. Like so. To make sure he's in short range. And then we'll use their ability to put a panic token onto Brendan's unit. And then for their action, they will charge into the Sworn Swords.
Okay.
No need to roll charge dice because we're just auto in. Funny how that works. And then because you have 2 tokens on you, I get to choose one of the. I get all 3, so I get Crit Blow, Sundering, Vicious, 7 dice on 3s with rerolls. So we'll see how this goes. We'll reroll the fails. So just 6 hits. 6 hits with Sundering and Vicious.
All right, looking for 5s.
Okay. I will expend the vulnerable on the 1 success.
Nope.
All right, so 6. And then a panic test at -2.
9. And
that is them dead. Okay. I'll get a point. And then we'll get to Surge with these guys. And I think the right play for now is just to back up away from the Tulikav. Like so. Yeah. Like there. Okay. Back to you.
All right, we'll activate Howland. I'll take the coin zone.
Sure.
So we'll heal Brendan for 2. And we'll take the vulnerable off.
Take the vulnerable off. Sounds good.
And then we'll have Howland influence your spearman.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just rip it. Let's activate Steel Shanks and have him attack into Brendan. So we're gonna get 8 dice because you have 1 token on you. So 8 dice on 3s with Vicious and Precision, but no rerolls. Um, 7 hits, so 7 on 3s. And you no longer get the defense dice rerolls because Brendan is turned off.
Yeah. I still have my shield wall, so that's all
You
that
do
matters.
still have shield wall, yes, indeed.
So
taking 2.
So I'll pop shield wall.
I'm going to say I'm going to remove the panic token from your Crannog trackers and play a Flayed Man Has No Secrets to cancel the shield wall and force you to take those 2 wounds.
Okay. All right.
And then a Vicious Panic test.
8. Currently pass.
I will have you re-roll those 2 red dice, please.
Didn't you just use the panic token for Flayed Man?
No, I used the one on the other unit.
I used the one on the
bad
trackers.
Day to be you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's
But
a good day to be you.
Yes, he passed it anyways.
Yep.
All right. So that is my activation.
Okay.
Good roll. Good roll.
All right. I am going to, I'm going to do Catlin's. I know we're kind of skipping, I should have cleared it a little earlier, but technically you used it. So her ability, once per round, Catlin's not on the council board and an enemy targets a friendly battlefield unit with attack this card or zone effects. After resolving that effect, you may target one enemy battlefield unit becomes weak and invulnerable.
Sure.
So,
who would you like to become weak and invulnerable?
Let's target your Blackguard.
Blackguard. Okay. All right.
So let's see. What is the wording on that one? Strong guard. Okay. All right. So we'll activate Brendan's unit.
Okay.
We're going to play the pack survives. The heal 2.
Heal 4. Because you have 1 destroyed friendly unit. So you get to heal 4. Or you can heal 2 and get rid of a condition token.
Yeah. So he doesn't have any tokens on him. So heal 4.
Yep.
Because like you said, I have a destroyed unit. And then he will attack you. So we'll do horrific visage again.
-3. Yep.
So we're looking for a 9. And we fail for
3.
Okay.
All right.
And then he'll do his whopping
4 dice on
4 dice on 3s.
On 4s.
On 4s. 4 on 4s. Crit blow. 4 on 4s. So rolling. And then after we roll,
Yep.
we will play Northern Ferocity.
Yep. So
we can re-roll, and if we have any destroyed ranks, you become vulnerable.
So actually, that card is better now. I just become vulnerable. There's no stipulation now. The vulnerable just gets applied.
Okay.
Which is
All right.
cool. But yeah.
All right. So re-roll.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 hits.
3 hits on 3s with a vulnerable token. Would you like to vulnerable to 1 success?
Yes. Now you're gonna get your re-rolls anyway, right?
Correct.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and spend the vulnerable.
All right. So we'll re-roll the failures. So we still fail 1. Panicking on a 6. So we pass. Voila. Cool. So there's that. Interesting. Because that's not happening by any sense of the imagination. Because there is also that option. I probably want to just deny that anyways. Yeah, let's just activate Walda. Have her claim the horses. She's going to use her ability to heal 2 wounds to the blackguard.
Okay.
And then we're going to give the free maneuver to the archers, so they'll become weakened. And then they will get to maneuver 5. And we will maneuver 5. Ooh, that might be slightly too far. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go something like... Yeah, we'll go 5 like that, sure. And back to you.
All right. Let's activate the Telly Cavaliers.
Sure.
Remaneuver. Pivot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll just maneuver
Sure.
up to there.
All right.
I think I can pivot again.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Back to me. I think I'm going to activate the archers.
Okay.
And they are going to shift up as far as they can. Let's see, that's as far as they can get, I think. Does that get me within? Probably not. Darn, I'm just out.
It looks like just a bit outside.
Yeah, I should have pivoted further in, but yeah, because I can't get any further than that, I don't think. So just out. Okay, so never mind. So I'll undo that. So they will instead do another maneuver. Well, actually, yes, they will do another maneuver because I don't want you to score 2 like that. So we will instead. Well, I don't even think 5 would get me within 3 of it. So, yeah, 5 doesn't even get me within 3 inches of it, so it doesn't make sense to do that. So instead, we will go. Shoot. This is going to be all funky, isn't it? Yeah. I suppose.
I like the upside down Bowman. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty fun. We had a good time. We have a good time here. Yeah, you know what? Why not? We'll go something like that. Sure. Yeah, because then we can. Yeah, we'll go something like that. Sure. All right, we're happy like that. Back to you.
All right, we'll activate Catelyn, put her on the house zone,
Sure.
and attach the card to Telly Cavaliers.
Sure. Sounds good. Makes sense. Oh yeah, that's kind of spooky actually. So we'll activate here, and they are going to attempt, I think, to make this charge.
All right, well, we will trap you.
Yes, so I will take 3 hits.
3 hits and -1 to your movement now.
Yes, so I'm on a 4. So I take 3 wounds. Yikes. So on a 4+, I'm looking for. We'll go like. Sure, we'll go like that because that would be initially a 3+, but now it's a 4+. So we'll go for the 4+. We have to roll 2 dice and discard the highest of the 2 because of hindering. Just get some. So it's all right. We just roll 2 6s here.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. It's a simple game. Just roll 6s.
Just roll 6s. Just roll better. Oh,
you rolled 1
We're
6.
halfway there.
Almost there. Okay, so I go 6.
I would have lost my shit if you nailed double 6s.
That would have been hilarious. But you know, that's okay. So we go 6 to there. And then we have to make a panic test on a 7. Which we fail. Well, do I want to fail? That is the question. Do I care? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna play Fear is Loyalty, and instead pass it, and then we're gonna target the Crannoc trackers, and they're gonna become vulnerable. And that's back to you.
All right. So we will use their mark target order to make your spearmen vulnerable.
Sounds good.
And we're just going to shoot you.
Okay, sounds good.
So 7 dice on 4s.
All right.
I guess we can. We can still shift back 2, I think, or 1.
Yeah, you can shift back 2 because the rough only
Yeah, they
applies
took
now
that
to maneuver march. So yeah, you can shift 2.
So we'll shift 2.
Yep.
And then shoot you with 7 dice on 4s. Nothing fancy with that. I'll take that.
So 6
Yep.
on 4s with a vulnerable. Roll.
Damn.
So saving.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
So saving 3. Would you like to vulnerable?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I still save 1, and then I'm going to block 2 more because of Grunt. So I'll only take 3.
Okay.
Spent, and then we'll panic on a 7. And fail that for 3. Ouch. Okay. So, end of the round. You'll score 3, and I'll score 2, I think.
Okay.
Because I think you're within 3 inches for the Tully Cav on both of those. It should be.
Yep. Yep.
All right. I'll draw 3 new cards. And you get to start.
Yeah, I actually get to go first. I get 2 cards because I have 1 card in hand.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this card changed. Have to remember that.
And I think start of your turn I may have something, but just let me know.
All right. No, I don't have any starter turns. I just had to reread because I forget these cards are 1 step behind.
Yeah, no worries. I am going to pop Dance to give Damon's unit a 3-inch maneuver, but I think we're just going to make it a 3-inch shift, basically. And go like so. And be happy like so. And back to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I have that. Oh, too many things. Too busy.
You could always take Jan's advice. What Jan is saying you should do in this situation is take the letters to guarantee that you go first next round.
Oh, so it is. Double up the. Actually, yeah, I could do that, couldn't I?
You could do that.
That is very, very tempting. But unfortunately, I have to keep people upright.
Just checking this out and just see what we're looking at here. A very
That's fixed.
Yeah, perfect.
Basically.
That's what we're looking for.
I mean, you had it angled just inside the 5, but basically, pretty much a 6 on.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think there's lost that. All right, we're going to activate Brendan. So he still has hold the lines, but it's hits instead of wounds. So it's just 2 hits.
Gotcha. 2 hits on 3s coming up.
I think it's so funny that not only did they, I mean, it was definitely necessary that they nerf hold the line down to hits instead of wounds.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
think it's funny that it's now worse than it is in like live, the actual current game.
So when you activate Brendan, anything to play when he activates.
Yeah, when I'm going to play Tully Resolve.
Okay.
So that'll fill in. Go ahead.
Yep, go for it. No, yeah, you go for it. Yours happens first.
All right, it restores wounds equal to the current game round, which is 3, and then and he counts his extra 1, so I'll heal 4.
Okay. I am going to play Horrific Reputation.
Okay.
Which is different now. It's slightly different because now, if you're engaged with an enemy, it's a panic test. So yeah, target that enemy, it performs a morale test. If it is engaged, this becomes a panic test instead. In either case, on failure, it becomes panicked and vulnerable.
Okay. All right. Just
a straight panic test. Yeah.
Great.
I don't think so. It says, does it lose
It's
the
changed
minus
the
ones?
panic from morale, but
No, it's when an enemy battlefield unit activates, target that enemy, it performs 1 morale test. If it is engaged, this becomes a panic test instead. It gets the -1
anymore.
The negative modifier is only when a friendly unit activates and you trigger it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, just a panic test on a 6.
Yeah. So looking for a 6. We're good.
You're good. Cool.
All right. Oops.
And then, would you like to hit me or would you like to retreat?
No, I will. I'm going to actually swing at you. So now I take a horrific visage.
Yes. Now a -3 panic test.
Yeah. All right,
So fail for 1, just 1. You're not within 3 inches.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
All right. So we are 6 dice hitting on 3s.
On 4s.
4, excuse me. 6 on 4s.
With precision.
Yeah. Rolling. So, and then we will play our second Northern Ferocity. Sure. We can reroll, and since we have destroyed ranks, you will become vulnerable.
Gotcha.
So,
it just makes me vulnerable regardless.
Oh yeah.
Just for the courtesy of engaging a Stark unit.
Yeah. Aren't you lucky? Do I get the rerolls, or did that one change?
Yeah, you should get the rerolls. Okay. The conditionality of the vulnerable is gone. I just become vulnerable.
Okay. All right. So rerolling failures.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 hits.
All right. 3 on 3s with rerolls. And a vulnerable.
Yep.
Would you like to vulnerable?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and vulnerable. You're going to reroll it anyway.
Sure. So we save those, reroll the fail. Pass. So we're all good there. I'm going to play Steel Shank's Watch.
Okay.
So you're going to become vulnerable. Right. I'm going to choose to target Steel Shank's unit and say that he is not going to take the 2-inch shift, but because I targeted him, I will draw a card. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is, yeah, I mean, may as well do that, right? Yeah, may as well do that. Yeah, let's activate Ramsey, have him claim the swords, and have, oh, actually, I could do that. That's not bad either. I don't hate that option. Yeah, we're going to have the Spearman make a charge for free.
All right, we'll pop our traps then.
So traps actually only works now when I activate.
It's just activation now. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're auto in.
Yeah.
So we'll just make that charge. Let me make sure the bog Rough and hindering. Nope, none of that matters. Funny how that works. So then we'll trigger Ramsey's effect on a successful charge. We'll make both of these units panicked.
All right, now
and then
they have the skirmisher thing.
Yes, so I don't get rerolls, correct?
Right.
I don't get the charge bonus.
Right.
So do I play that? Sure. I'm going to play Our Blades Are Sharp to give me my rerolls back. And it is just going to be 4 dice on 4s with Vicious and rerolls. Reroll the failures. So that's going to be 3 hits.
All right. Look at where 6 is. Save 1. You want vulnerable it?
Yeah, we'll vulnerable to 6 as well.
Oops. Well, 2 more misses. It's this one down.
Yeah.
It's a miss.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So 3 and then a vicious panic test.
So
you're looking for a 9.
9. 4 good.
Yeah,
You
let's spend the panic token on the 2 red die.
Okay. Still good.
Oh, damn. All right. And then I will target Ramsey's unit, or not Ramsey's unit, the Tully Sworn Shields with Ramsey's ability to take a just normal panic test on a 6. Because you have no destroyed ranks in the trackers.
Fail for 2.
Fail for
you 2. Want to panic that?
No, I'll keep the 2. That's fine.
All right.
And back to you.
All right. Let's. I guess we will. Let's put Roderick on the heel. Heal Brendan for 2 and take the panic token off.
Sounds good.
Oops.
All right. Cool. I think I will just activate Walda, have her claim the letters, have her ability heal these guys for 2, and then I will just use the letter effect to draw 2.
Okay.
Start of your turn. Do you have anything?
Do not.
I'm going to play Sadistic Games. Would you like 2 units to become vulnerable or 2 units to become weakened?
Vulnerable, please.
All right, so we'll vulnerable and vulnerable.
All right, we're going to activate the trackers.
Yep.
And the warden. So the warden, since you haven't activated opportunist, so you'll become vulnerable.
Okay.
And then we get 6 whopping dice on 4s. But since you haven't activated, we'll still get rerolls.
Okay, sounds good.
So rolling. And that's why we have rerolls. One whopping hit.
You should have 6 dice,
yeah,
right?
you're 2 dice.
You're
short,
missing.
buddy.
You're missing. Yeah, you're
Oh,
missing
yeah.
2 more.
All right. So we know. So we got 1 hit out of that. So I'll just roll 2 twice.
Yep.
Roll. And we roll again.
Mm-hmm.
You
So,
guys just
2
said
hits.
no.
2.
Yes.
And I will auto block both of those because of grunt.
Okay.
All right. I will then go ahead and let's see. Let's activate Walder, claim the crowns. Once again, we'll do a panic token, panic test onto Brendan.
Any modifiers or still 6?
It's -1 because you have 1 destroyed rank, so on a 7.
No, for 7.
Fail
for
for 1. Failing for 1. Yeah, we'll spend the panic token, make you reroll the damage. Oh wait, no, it's just 2. So sorry. It's flat 2 because of the crowns. So I won't.
Okay.
I can't spend the panic
Yeah, you
token.
can't. All right.
Yeah, so just a flat 2.
Okay.
And then he will influence and turn off the attachment of, let's see, Brendan's abilities don't matter anymore. So I guess we'll just turn off the attachment of the Tullycav. We'll get rid of the Rentafel Guardian.
All right. All right. We'll put Brendan on the maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll have to put the weaken token out, so he'll just he's got to just move up.
Sure.
And I'll have him. Let's see. What does he do now? And then I'll have him influence the Cavalier, so they just ignore hindering and rough keywords.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think I have to activate the Zorse Riders. Have them do their shift, which will trigger their ability to put out a weaken token onto the Tullycav.
Okay.
And then they will auto charge the Tullycav, so no need to roll charge dice. They will align like so. And then it's, again, all 3 keywords, so 7 dice on 3s with Sundering, Criplo, and Vicious. And rerolls. Reroll fails. Jesus Christ, that is 9 with Sundering and Vicious. I'm hitting at Tullycav levels. Thank you very much.
The 9 on 4s.
Criplo is scary when it works.
Yeah. And I will vulnerable all of those saves, please. Phew. Still very good. So you take 3. And then a vicious panic test. So just on a 7.
There aren't many things in the game that can beat good dice.
That is true. Hey, that's a fail for 3, though. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is it 3?
Yes, it's 2 from that, and then +1 because of the corpse pile, because he's within 3 inches of it.
And you shut off Winterfell Guardian. Right.
And I shut off Winterfell Guardian, correct.
All right. All right. Well, we will activate those guys.
Yep.
And we will attack.
Sure thing.
So,
Still get highest attack die, so you still get 6 dice.
mhm.
On 3s with Sundering.
Yep, so that's not quite bad. Yeah, so 6 on 3s with Sundering. Oops, get rid of that. Just do.
No, you get 3. I will weaken the successes.
Okay. All right, we roll successes.
Still 3.
3.
Okay. 3 on 6s. Rolling. Fail all 3. And then panic on a 7. +1 wound on a failure. But I pass. Yippee. Okay. So let's just rip this band-aid now. We'll activate Steel Shanks and hit your boy there. It'll be 9 dice because you got 2 condition tokens on you. With Vicious and Precision, but no rerolls, and a weaken token. Would you like to weaken?
Who needs
Yes.
rerolls?
Who needs rerolls? And I just hit everything immediately. So 1 precision and then 4 hits.
All right. Let's see. 4 hits. Oh, is there Sundering on that?
Nope. So just 4 on 3s.
Oops.
And I will spend the vulnerable to make you reroll the successes.
Okay.
And then you can shield wall to block 1.
Yep.
So you'll
So just take 1, 2.
2. Yep. 1 from precision and then 1 fail. And then a vicious panic test.
So looking for a 8.
8. Yep.
No pressure, but if you fail, you die.
Reroll those.
Yeah.
Let's reroll those 2 red dice, please.
Yep.
I'd like to kill you here and now, please and thank you.
You did it.
I'll take that. Thank you. All right. I'll get 1 more point there. And then I think Steel Shanks will just maneuver this way. That makes the most sense. Like so. Nope. All right. Back to you.
So we'll just have Catlin take House Zone
Mm-hmm.
and go ahead and put the card back on the Telecavaliers.
Makes sense. We'll activate the archers. Just gonna see. I don't think. Yeah, there's no shift that lets me shoot there. So we will just maneuver like so. Yeah. And then we will go ahead and activate the spearmen. He will realign like so, I think, and hit you. 8 dice on 4s, no rerolls. Uh, 4 hits. 50-50. There we go.
8 dice
Perfectly
with
average.
5 wounds on the tray for a 5-point unit is honestly kind of wild.
Yeah.
I'm here for it, especially since they've got like set for charge. Like I'm glad Dreadfort Spearmen are finally worth taking.
Dreadfort Spearmen with Grunt are a solid like 5-point, just like, hey, I'm not gonna be easy to kill.
Yeah, and it's like they hurt. I also like him with I think it's Skinner. He's the one that gives you precision in the extra
Yes, and the
yeah.
extra minuses.
Because
I think that's very cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that mechanic is cool, and then I also just think like, yeah, they're hitting on 4s, but if you're hunting for precision, you don't care about hitting on 4s versus 3s or whatever, because you're fishing for 6s, and at 8 dice, you got pretty good odds of getting those 2 precision hits.
Right, and then you're all of a sudden your -2 is now a -3, maybe a -4 if you've got 2 6s.
Yep, and then you're tossing out the weakened token. I like it. Like I said,
That's cool.
I don't think Boltons are quite as good as Starks right now, but I think they seem like a lot of fun.
I think their design is a lot more interesting.
All right, rolling for 6s.
Okay.
And one falls out of the box.
All right, so that's
Roll that one. It's out of the box.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
So
All
4.
Right. 4, and then a vicious panic test.
Looking for a 9. Nope.
So that's a fail for 3, and you'll become weakened.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is the end of the round.
Mm-hmm.
I will certainly score the center objective.
Yep. I'm out of range at the other 2. No 2 on this side.
Now, am I out of range of this one to see if you get to score that? I am within range, so I will actually score 2 because I'm within range of that one.
Well,
so I'll score 1.
Was that the end of round 3 or round 4?
That's the end of round 3, but the end of round scoring, like the 2, 4, 6, is only for Clash of Kings and Dance with Dragons.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'll go up to 6. I will keep my 2 cards and just draw 1.
I will discard 1 and draw 3.
Okay. And we go on to round 4. I get to start. Let's just see here. I don't think we're in the front here. Oh wait, actually, we are in the flank. I think with Ramsey.
That looks like flank, yeah, because I think that's half, so you get to decide.
Yep. So, start of the turn. I don't have anything.
So don't. Nope, I don't.
Ramsey time.
Okay. Ramsey time. We get the free little auto charge into the flank with Steel Shanks. So we get to put out a nice little panic token onto everything in long range. So just these guys. And we'll align like so. And then what would be 5 dice is actually going to be 6 dice because of the panic token. 6 dice on 3s with precision and vicious and rerolls. Reroll the fails. So that is 1 precision and 2 hits.
2 hits on 4s.
But I think you're going to auto block these because of the resilient from the Winterfell Guardian. So yeah, just the 1 precision wound, and then you're going to take the minus 3 panic test.
So yeah. So we took the auto wound, and then let's stay there.
5, so -3, so on an 8. With neutral wounds because the corpse pile and battle hardened cancel out.
So we passed.
I will have you re-roll the 2 red dice with the panic token. So that is a fail for 2. And Ramsey's thing does not let me target its long range. Yep. So I cannot do the funny little panic test over to the trackers. So that is it. That is my turn. It would be very silly if it was unlimited range for the Ramsey panic test.
Someone in a different zip code got word that Ramsey's helping people out, and that's enough for them to say, you know what, I'm all right.
I'm out of here, dude. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, that guy fielded Ramsey? That
No, I'm
guy?
out.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gone.
cool, man. We're leaving.
All right. So we're going to activate the Cavaliers.
Yep.
We'll play Tele-Resolve.
Yep. So you get to
they'll
heal 4.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
That's kind of nuts.
And then we're going to attack the Zorsh Riders.
Go for it.
So when we do, we're going to play Family Duty Honor.
Okay.
Target the attacker until the end of the turn. This attack rolls its highest attack dice value, and then if this unit begin engaged, also gains Sundering and Vicious until the end of the turn.
I think.
Okay. So you're just giving yourself vicious.
I think you still take a horrific visage, don't you?
No, because the
it's
card
only if
says
you
if I attack the blackguard or if I retreat it, I would have to take it. But since I'm not attacking the blackguard, I don't.
Exactly. It's only if he's attacking the blackguard does he take the panic.
I mean, I'm reading it. When an enemy engaged with this unit, would it? Oh, attack this unit. Gotcha. Never mind. I can't read. Forget me.
So 6 dice on 3s. Do you get rerolls or is it just high?
I don't think I get rerolls.
No. So it's just 6 on 3s, Sundering Vicious.
Yeah.
Going back to Blackfish Resolve or whatever that heal card is, Tully Resolve. You remember when Tycho was 4 points and he broke the game?
Yeah.
And now,
funny.
And now we've got, like, if that's targeting Brendan's unit and you're in the back half of the game, it's Tycho when you activate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the flip side of that is all he's doing is put Wanda on the board and be right back where he was.
Yeah. I can put Walda.
Oh, and now you put her on the board, just say, all right, I'm activating Wanda. Here's 5 back or 4 back.
yeah. Round 4, if I did her once per game, I could heal 6 across all my units.
Yep.
If I did her thing right now.
All right, so Sundering and Vicious.
Yep.
Sundering. All right, 6 on 3, Sundering Vicious. No
You got it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining because I definitely, I'm not a huge fan of the bags heal nerf, but I think if they're loading a lot of that healing elsewhere, it's not so bad.
So 5.
5
on 6s. Roll. I got 1 save, so I take 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Panic on a 7. +1 wound on fail. I'm failing right now. I actually don't. I play Fear is Loyalty to auto pass, and then I will make you vulnerable. What a great, just a little auto pass panic card we have there. And then, we do the funny haha. I activate Walda, I claim the bags, and I heal 4. So I heal 1, and then 3, and then I put a weakened token. Funny. Back to you.
All right.
Yeah, with bags being nerfed and Walda being what she is, she's just like the perfect, I'm going to take bags because you don't really want to because it's only heal 2. And now I get to heal 4, remove a token, and put out a weakened token.
Is she just putting out a token whenever she claims a zone now?
No, it's when she claims bags, she gets to put out a weakened token.
Oh, shit. I thought it was crowns. Sick.
No. So they changed it. It's different if you look at the documents now. It's not up to date here, but yeah, if you look at the one of the documents, it's so when she claims the bags, she puts out a weakened token on top of healing 2 when she claims, and then the bags is just the bags. So it's just I claim the bags, I heal 4, get rid of a token, and put out a token with Walda.
I will believe you. I'm looking at the most updated one that I got off the website, and I don't see Walda was changed. But I also have been wrong about everything so far, so I will defer.
Let me see. Let me look at the House Bolton preseason stuff. Because sometimes they like update one of the PDFs, but not both for whatever reason. Yeah, here we go. Oh, see, that one says replace. Interesting. When you click, but then, Let me look at the complete preseason packet. I might be wrong. Hold on. I may be cheating. Sorry. Oh, I replaced the. Okay, so no, I don't get to put out the weekend token. Sorry, it's a replace.
okay.
Not just
All right.
Wait, you
Okay,
replaced
that's
that's
Bag's
awful.
effect to put out the weekend token.
Damn,
But you still get to heal the 2.
Yeah, no, she's still good, but that's a kind
Yeah.
of crappy replacement to just. Kind of lame.
Yeah.
I wonder if that.
I
Was
like it. I like my idea better. I like my idea better. If she just claims it and on top of it.
Agree, like what she was doing with crowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a good use for round 1, basically. Hey, nobody's hurt or anything. Let me just go ahead and take the
Yeah.
heal and just toss
Yep.
a free weekend token out there.
Yep. Huh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna activate Roderick, take the letters, and he replaces that. I think. Make sure that's right.
I think he's still replacing with swords, but
Yeah.
Yes.
Letters he replaced with swords.
I don't know. I was operating off the change logs, and I am now. I have been made aware the change log is not all the changes.
Yeah. Oops. All right. So yeah, it'll be 5. It's still lowest attack dice, so it's gonna be 5 dice with sundering.
Yep.
So 5 with sundering. Looking for 3s.
Mm-hmm.
3 hits. Oh, the sword riders, of course.
All right. Yep. 3 on 6s. Take 3. Panic on a 7. We're good.
Zorse is going hard.
Let's activate Walder. Claim the crowns. Let's put out a we'll put a weak panic token and then the panic test on the Tullycav, and we're gonna influence with Walder to turn off the attachment.
Right.
So just a 5-up panic.
5-up panic. Currently pass.
Currently pass. Yeah, we'll keep it. That's fine.
Right. All right. Well, we're gonna pop Catelyn's little thing since she's not on the board yet, since that was a zone effect. So we will weaken invulnerable your blackguards.
Sure. Let me just see here.
I think that's still the same.
I am actually going to, I think, spend the panic token and play a Flayed Man Has No Secrets and say no to it.
Okay.
Cancel that.
All right. That'll work. All right. We'll put Howland on the maneuvers.
Mhm.
We'll have him influence your the spearmen over here.
Sure.
And then we'll have the trackers make a retreat.
Makes sense.
So 11.
Yep.
And I still get the pivot after retreat, right?
Correct.
All right.
That's fine, honestly. All right.
Was I already weakened?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he blocks that, but I thought I was already weakened. Anyway.
Yes.
You were already weakened because you failed the panic test against the spears.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and just activate Steel Shanks. When he activates, we'll play Horrific Reputation. So the Tully Cav will take a panic test at -3 to their roll. And if they fail, they become panicked.
Yep. They'll become panicked and take a wound. Yep. Or is it +1 for the corpse pile?
+1 for the corpse pile, so 2 total. And then Steel Shanks will go ahead and hit you. So it's going to be 9 dice because of the 2 tokens you have on you. With Vicious and Precision on 3s, but no rerolls. So that is 7 hits on 4s. Let's vulnerable to saves. May as well. So that's 5. I think that does it there.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So Steel Shanks will go ahead and maneuver 5 like so. To there. And then these guys will pivot like so.
And I guess what it's going to come down to is can the archers kill the trackers?
I don't think so because they're the trackers, not the or yeah, can the archers kill the trackers? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think the spears can reach them now.
No,
Between
not with the
influence and the bog. Like you're it's
I'm a slow boy.
Man's cosplaying as Baratheon.
But back to you.
Yeah.
That takes me to 7.
We'll put Catelyn on house.
Yep.
To these guys.
Sure.
All right.
All right. Start of the turn. We'll do the dance order.
And
go 3 inches. Actually, let's see. Probably end up like that, but I want to be just outside of traps range and then shift in. So yeah, so we'll start like that and then activate. And then we will shift to like that. I should not be panicked. And then it's 8 dice on 4s with no rerolls and a weaken token in the flank. Would you like to weaken the 2 successes?
Absolutely.
2 hits, 2 on 6s.
2 6s. Oops. Nope.
I'll do them. Good game.
Good game.
So Tristan, you've probably played more of the preseason than I have seen and played combined. Matt, I don't know how much you've been doing.
Nope, this is my first.
This is your first? So I guess I'll start with you. How are you feeling about the preseason? Like, how do you feel with these rules?
I mean, I think they're throwing a lot out there. I find it very hard to believe that probably 30% of this actually makes it to quote unquote season 7. I think they're just trying a lot of things and seeing what works, what results they're getting from it. Not so much, hey, we think this is a permanent thing, which is like, wait, we're going to try this because we're just doing 2 factions here, and this has to go across 9 other more. a lot of results from that have to see. All right, well, if we do this with Baratheons, we do this with Free Folk, we do this with Martells. What's going to be the net effect of that? So yeah, I mean, it's fun, it's different, but I think a lot of this is just going to come out to be OP if it stays even in this state, and which is better than the first set of playtesting cards were. But yeah, I don't think a lot of this. I don't think half of this makes it to the final. Would be my opinion on it.
Okay, interesting. How are you feeling?
I think I'd probably agree. I think if I'm getting a little bit more granular, or I'll stay general for now. I think I like Matt said, this is much better than the initial stuff that they released. I like this version of the tactics board much more than the previous one. I like the terrain rules much more than the previous ones. I think, again, I think the corpse pile and weirwood changes are great. I like the cover rule change because it actually means it matters. It means you can still kind of bump ranged units to be a little bit more damage focused because you have these innate terrain that is as long as I'm touching it, I'm going to get my +1 to defense against ranged attacks, which means that range can still be somewhat effective without being super overpowered like it somewhat feels like in the current game now. I think letters is not overpowered, but there is a problem with whoever gets to go first in round 1. There's no reason not to just take letters first activation and just say, hey, round 2, I'm also going to go first, which I think will be a very tired playing through that over and over again because it just feels like the right thing to do every single time. There's no reason not to do it. And I think depending on, again, what lists are available, what strategies, I can 100% foresee just a very aggressive list being built around the idea that, hey, I'm going to roll, as long as I win the roll to decide who goes first and I get to go first, I'm going to hopefully kill one of my opponent's units by the start of round 2, and I get to start and I have all of the tempo going into the start of round 2.
I definitely agree that it's kind of silly when you are going first to take letters and then you just get to do it again. It adds a lot more gravitas to going first, and I already kind of thought that was pretty significant. I think the only thing that might end up changing that up is the prevalence of outflank. If outflank stays as it is and every faction has access to an outflank, then I think it becomes a double-edged sword because, yeah, you get to go first twice, but you're now giving that opponent an opportunity to outflank 2 turns in a row. And I mean, no one's going to be running 2 outflank units, but at the very least, I think that would change things up a lot. But other than that, I don't know if you or any of the viewers saw the conversation I was having with Jan. I think other than round 1, I don't really think letters taking first turn is a big deal. So
no, because you're.
I think it could if you set up a situation. It's almost like the first edition of Fire and Blood. It's like, all right, if you're first player, you take it. You're first player round 2. As soon as you give it up, does now the person who was second round 1 and 2? All right, round 3, I take the letters. I creep my army up. So basically, you're going to have to come towards me. I kind of just play a real defensive turtle game. And now round 3 and 4, I go twice, and I just kind of see a meta developing. It's like, oh, well, since we have this now nobody attacks because, like you said, plus outflank, 2 opportunities for outflank, and the strip can flip. All right, I go first round 1 and 2. Now my opponent goes first round 3 and 4. This could get.
sure.
I think the only thing I think the thing that discourages that is the fact that swords gives you a free charge.
Yeah.
So if you're going first, anytime after round 1 and you're taking letters first, it means that you're just letting your opponent get a free charge.
It's basically just using an NCU as a pass token at that point. If you're using it to go first, okay, yeah, you get to go first next round. I agree. You're going to get punched in the face after that. what's the point of going first if your activation is going to essentially be passing so you can go first next round? Like going
Unless
first
you
only
know for a
matters.
matter of fact, unless you know for a matter of fact that sword's attack or charge isn't going to just immediately kill whatever unit you've put up in front.
Yeah, I mean, or I guess maybe there will be some list out there. Maybe as some of the other factions roll out, as you start getting some really defensive stuff, like I don't know, maybe if Baratheons maintain that identity of go ahead, get engaged with me, I dare you, in which case like maybe they wouldn't mind, like go ahead, take the swords, you're gonna hurt yourself more by attacking me than anything else. But that I think is a challenging speculation to make at this stage in the game. I don't know. Right now, yeah, I do agree that if you go first, you take letters and you get to go first again. And that's especially considering there's some pretty significant lethality that you have access to. Like, it's going above 7 dice has become much more common. Berserkers are doing it pretty
Mhm.
easily. The archers are now doing it, and yeah, okay, sure, they're hitting on 4s, but they both have ways to get rerolls. Steel Shanks can give you a couple extra dice. Starks have Tully Cavaliers. Like, it's easy to swing above 7 dice. Condition tokens aren't that hard to put out. Crown zone's actually kind of intimidating now. If you manage to like get a good crown zap off and you didn't have to use the panic token, you put the vulnerable token out instead, with some of these abilities, like that could be a death sentence. Like like with Boltons, if you're able to put out, actually even if you put out like the panic token out and you've got like Bolton's Bastards Girls with Steel Shanks in it, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah. And the thing, I didn't even get to do the like full combo. Like I got to basically do the full combo at the end of round 1 with Steel Shanks charging off the sword with Ramsey. I just didn't draw his other commander card because in the Blackguard, you play Disciplined Execution, you get Crypt Blow Sundering.
Yeah, just get
So
on 4
I just
keywords, throw
imagine
9 dice.
throw, or even like charge off the sword. You still get to throw, if you have 2 tokens on the unit, you get 7 dice, Sundering, Crypt Blow, Vicious, Precision, rerolls.
Yeah, there's some power that we've got here, and I don't entirely know how I feel about that right now. Like I don't know. Like okay, yeah, sure. Like we do see some pretty big spike heals. Like I haven't seen a Bolton player able to play Fear Keeps a Man Alive yet, but I mean it was like 8 points of healing off of 2 the Tully Resolve cards. Like there is healing available. There's Walda and stuff, but like I don't
Yeah.
know. It makes me nervous that you can punch so hard because it's like you take 8 wounds off an attack. It's really hard to come back from that.
Right. But I think there are more defensive abilities that are there too that kind of help prevent that. Like you have, Brendan's defense rerolls, you have Shield Wall, you have Steel Shanks' defensive rerolls, you have things like Grunt. I think you're more likely to see a lot more fortified walls, honestly.
Yeah, I'm
Because
hoping
they're
so.
now, I think fortified walls become a lot more like they just show up a lot more because of fortified and cover. You get to stick whatever unit you want. You stick a fortified wall in the center. You put your defensive unit right there on top of it. Where it's set up where if an enemy unit charges through it, okay, I get +1 to my defense from your charge. Okay, and if you're shooting at me, I still get +1 to my defense from that as well.
Yeah, I'm very happy they're including more defensive abilities, and they seem to be costing them less aggressively. Like Tully Sworn Shields seem like a really solid option. Multiple ways to get defense rerolls are pretty good, though. I guess I'm just nervous that you have some very powerful offensive combos and you have some very powerful defensive combos, but it seems like if you're not rocking a defensive combo, you can very easily get blown the hell up. Like those Stark Sworn Swords lasted like what, 2 attacks?
1 attack because they got just panicked and then they took like 2 panic tests, I think, and then Zorstrizers came in and just one shot them from I think 7 or 8 wounds left.
Yeah, I think they were down to 8, and then the Zorses put through another 8, and you didn't even like spike anything to do it. You just charge them. Like there were no cards or anything, and that's what I'm afraid of. Where it's like if you don't have defensive abilities, you may as well be saving 6-7, and you just get blown up.
Yeah. Well, the morale, I think we definitely felt the morale change there. The only thing that was saving on a 5-up morale was the Tully Cav, and even they were failing stuff left and right.
Yep.
It's
So I don't think we have to worry about the like morale creep that we have now.
Yeah, it's
other than like I think further testing with the Starks right now is because I have not played against it yet, but I think the Wolves are going to be super easy to abuse because can't become panicked, auto pass panic. They're smaller trays. They still have the normal cav maneuver. I think if we were to keep testing in this current playtest that we're in right now, I think Wolves are super easy to abuse. I think I need to try and see what it's like playing against one Tully Cav plus the Wolf.
I could see that, especially with cavalry not being as maneuverable and the solos being so maneuverable. It'll be a lot easier to pick your engagements to dance around them to make sure. Because, I mean, yeah, it looks like Zorses. If Zorses can maneuver themselves so that they could pop the vulnerable token out onto the dog, or Tully Cav could just lead a
It's also
charge.
not just a vulnerable token. It's now their shift ability where they get to put out a token. It's now any token.
Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't put a panic token out on a dog. You can't. Weaken token's not going to help
True.
you kill the dog. I think if
True.
Zorses managed to drop the vulnerable token and then charge in, they probably one-shot the dog. Tully Cavalier probably just straight up are going to be one-shotting the dog. But those are your options to deal with the dog, because if you don't one-shot the dog, it's going to activate, and then yeah, it's just going to retreat, march away, and then it's gone. It's out of the game. It's still alive. And with the 3-inch scoring rule, you can have it even further back on a 5 objective game mode and still scoring.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also, it did not come up in this game, but Winter is Coming did not ever show up, which I think is also something like you have to play around Winter is Coming, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's still, like, regardless, is still going to be a strong effect. Because, yes, even if you're bringing Roderick, it's like, okay, Swords is taken, Letters is taken with Roderick. Okay, well, I still have 1 NCU left if I've gotten lucky and was able to take Swords and Letters as the start player. 1 more NCU, Winter is Coming, that's another 3rd attack.
Yeah. No, there's
but
a lot of
I will say, I think, and this is what I will say, with the new board, Winter is Coming is a less impactful card than it was in the previous version. In the previous Tactics board, it was the most impactful card of the entire, like, all of the Tactics cards that were available, both Commander and base deck, because it was a free attack off the board with no penalties.
Especially considering the scaling board wants you to activate combat units and then tactics units. The council units are the weakest the first time, but if your first one's a replacement effect, you are getting full power right off the bat. So yeah, no, I agree.
Yes.
That was I like the scaling board. I want to put that out there. I like the scaling board, but I do like this tactics board a lot better. I think the only thing I don't like is I don't think bags needed to go down to 2 wounds and remove a condition token. If they are going to knock it down to 2 wounds and a condition token, I think you should be able to do it across units. So it should be heal 2 across any number of units and remove a
condition token from a different unit.
Yeah, because I think the only thing that really could, I guess, be skewed by like that kind of wording is if bribery stays completely unchanged, which would suck because I think bribery is kind of iffy as it is now. But that's not even in the playtest right now. But otherwise, I really like this tactics board. I really like the addition of the 6th zone, the house zone. I think that's really cool.
Yes, I think, and you can tweak, because it's, different for each faction. You can tweak those abilities. I think, speaking as at playing as Boltons, there was never a moment in the game or in any of the other 2 games that I've played where I felt like I wanted to take the faction zone for the Boltons.
Now, is that because you don't think the tactics zone for Boltons is good, or just that everything else gave you more value?
You get more value, I think, from the rest of the zones, and you have enough token generation from like your just general effects that I think you give up too much tempo putting this out when I could be taking any of the other 5 zones for a better effect.
Yeah, I would agree with. I mean, that same thing. It was kind of like that. You noticed that was always the last zone taken.
Yes.
So it's just kind of like consolation prize. Well, we both have 3 NCUs and there's 6 zones. So it's just a small.
And that's
and like you pointed out, and like you pointed out, the way the card reads, where it's the next unit's activation, it could stick through. It could go into the next round. The way that reading was.
So it does feel like okay, if it's the last zone available and I can have it like apply for the next round, okay, cool. But it's never like okay, I'll take it at the end because I have 1 last NCU, it's the last zone if we're both taking 3 NCUs. But if your opponent's taking 2 or if you're taking 2, I don't think in this specific scenario, even if you're the Stark or the Bolton player, at least with their current abilities, you're never like, oh, I really want to take the faction zone like immediately.
Yeah, there was no reason not to take it if one of us had just 2 NCUs. I don't think we ever would have played it.
I could definitely.
And that's what happened in my last 2 games.
I mean, if it's happened over the course of 3 games, then I definitely think that speaks towards the ability itself, which is a shame because, I mean, it's like I can see some of the combinations, especially with the Bolton ability and like Dance for Me Damon. Like the idea that, I really like Dance for Me Damon in the Dreadfort Archers. So being able to like stick the Bolton house card onto the Archers, and then the Archers essentially cavalry maneuver before they put out a shot. They get to dump out 2 tokens, and if they're firing into somebody engaged, they're also going to be tossing out the vulnerable tokens. So just tossing out 3 tokens on their activation and then firing off a shot. That, to me, that seems really strong, but I definitely get what you're saying, where it just, the rest of the tactics board is also really strong.
So also the Bolton ability is you target an enemy battlefield unit and attach it to them.
I'm dumb. See, I can't read. I misread every single card tonight. I'd like to blame it on it being a very long month with work and life. Unfortunately, I'm just stupid. So this happens on a good day too. But I'm gonna blame it.
Hey,
on that.
that's all right.
I think it's the extra monitor. I'm gonna blame it on the monitor.
I've got too many screens and not enough reading.
There you go.
Yeah, never mind. I've completely changed my mind. House Bolton card sucks. Actually, no, that still might be too harsh. I don't know. Like, I see it there, but yeah, I get what you're saying, where it's just like the tempo of the game, it just dictates so much. And I think that was one of the problems that Matt, just from a play style rather than, anything to do with the season changes or anything. I think he kind of fell off the horse tempo wise, and Tristan, you were able to just kind of like take it by both hands and then just run the entirety of the game.
Yeah, because and I think also just like in this current setup, like it's just also I think maybe a little bit matchup dependent too, because I think as soon as Brendan gets engaged here with the Blackguard, you're just stuck. You like retreating is bad because even if you retreat, like there's the chance of I just charge back in if I'm not already activated, or the next round just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get to charge back in anyways and still get all that stuff, and then okay, you're gonna have to hit me or retreat and take hits and a panic test.
Yeah, I mean now leaving Horrific Visage retreat, you still trigger it. I think that's going to be a very powerful play going forward for a lot of players. It's like, oh great, now I can't. If I attack you, I have to take the panic. If I leave, I have to take the panic.
Yes, and I like that. I like the combo of that with Ben Bones, because it's like, okay, if you want to retreat, you're going to take a panic and then possibly like 4 hits on top of it. So it's better to just stay engaged and hit me because you're going to get less negatives.
Right.
Which is what the Bolton player wants anyways. Please stay engaged with me. I want my Blackguard to keep hitting you.
Yeah, I think this might have been one of those cases where like Great Axes actually could have put in some solid work because it doesn't matter if you've got defensive rerolls on a 3-up when you all of a sudden, like especially if the Great Axe is getting the flank, is going to hurt. Though I don't
Yeah,
know, I
all of
still
a sudden
feel
I'm 6 up saves.
I still feel like I don't know. I feel like the 6-point bracket is really solid. I think all of the 6-point units, I'm like, yeah, okay. I definitely see why they're worth a point minimum over their 5-point compatriots. Even the 8 points, like Tully Cavaliers and Bolton Flademen, like yeah, okay. I definitely see why those are 8-point, especially since the cavalry maneuver got buffed again. The 7-point
Hmm.
units, except for maybe Bolton's Bastards Girls, I'm not really feeling it. Even Bolton's Bastards Girls, I would honestly only take with Steel Shanks because getting those extra 2 dice on those 2 attacks really adds up.
Oh, for sure.
And then Heartless Giant in the chat said that trackers need some rework. If you're saying that you think they're too much for 5 points, I think you might be right. I don't think they were used to their fullest capability in this game, but I don't know. I actually think Kranigman trackers, especially with the Kranigman Warden, I think that's disgusting.
I honestly more so think that you put the Kranigman Warden in the Stark Bowman.
That's solid too. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
Yeah.
Kranigman Warden's just stacked, but
Yeah, Kranigman Warden is really because then you just put out some stakes, and you can have your Stark Bowman shift up onto the stakes, and then you're not activated. Okay, well I'm going to shoot you with 8 dice on 4s. With you're going to become vulnerable, and I'm going to get reroll. They're basically Skyreach Bowman with 1 more die, but 1 worse to hit. But they still get rerolls in the vulnerable.
yeah, I think
And
Kranigman.
precision.
The
Yeah,
nice
no,
thing
the Bowman get precision now.
Yeah, I think the nice thing though about like Kranigman trackers versus Bowman is you don't really need to choose one or the other. You could choose both because Kranigman trackers are the 5 points. If anything, like it's a lot of condition token play there. The hidden traps is really
Hmm.
nice. The suppressive volley kind of meshes on it with that as well because
Hmm.
let me double check. Yeah, hidden traps is when it activates. Suppressive volley is start of any turn. So you could even combo those 2 together. So you set up the vulnerable token, they lose all their abilities, then the hidden traps tosses out 3 hits, and they lose the speed, but they got no abilities. Like it just really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think there's some interesting things. Also, I played in the 2 games I played the other day. One of the games, my opponent he used the Bog Devils, and they with the poison really solid. Like the poison is still very strong. Like it takes you. The new poison is nice because once it attaches, it's you get your lowest attack die value instead of the every time you make an action you take a wound +1 wound if you have any condition tokens. But every time the poison gets reapplied, you suffer 2 extra wounds.
Yeah, I
And so you
agree.
have when I played he was playing Rob commander, and he had Rob in them. And now it's a good thing that they removed regroup from Rob because Swift Strike plus regroup on
Mhm.
Rob would have just been brutal on them. Um, but the poison is solid, and Howland Commander has more ways to put it out also. So I'd be interested to see more playtesting to see what's the maximum amount of how much poison can you put out to just deal 2 auto wounds over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, I think Howland, it doesn't even need to necessarily be in the Bog Devils, but Howland with the Bog Devils, you play the Bog Devil tactics when you make your melee attack, especially if you do it off of something like the swords, which you could do with either Roderick on the letters or the sword zone itself. Or you have a lot of ways to attack off the tactics board. So you get the poison
Right.
tridents out, that's putting out a poison. The card puts out a second poison, so you've got. Is that 4 wounds off the top? No, that's just 2 wounds because it's when it's reapplied it deals the wounds.
Yes, exactly.
So you got 2 wounds on top of having a 7 dice attack. They retreat. If you try and activate to get the hell out of there, congratulations. There's another 2. That's 4 off the. That's a full rank of just wounds. It sucks.
And you're going to be stuck rolling at your lowest attack die value. So the retribution, I'm interested to see how that plays out. I think that will be interesting to see how that plays.
Yeah,
I
I think
like
the
that.
only reason Kranich Poison doesn't terribly scare me is I feel like we're seeing more ways to remove condition tokens.
Oh, absolutely. You have Weirwoods. You throw out Weirwoods now as you're like, I'm worried about condition tokens. I'm just going to put out a bunch of Weirwoods.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a playtest. Obviously, it's not going to be balanced. Like that's a starter. I think
Yeah.
I think the ideas though are there, and I like most of what we've got in this playtest over the first one. Originally, I was really hesitant over the tactics board. I like the first one better, but especially after
Mm-hmm.
seeing it in play, I really like it. I really, really like the addition of the 6 zone. I like how after how playtest version 1 seemed really hostile towards 3 NCUs, where they're like, you can enjoy your 4 point NCU tax if you want to take 3 of them to, okay, well, if you do want to take 3 of them and your opponent takes 3 of them, you're not completely screwed. So I like that. I like how it's 3 is still probably going to be the most common way to build for NCUs, but it's not like you're being punished for going 3 or for 2. Like it feels nicer.
Right. It doesn't feel as bad. But you also are like, it's going to push that like, because right now I'm running the 3 NCUs I'm running, it's 2 5 points and then 1 6 point. And so, you have to take that cut in elite units, which I think you'll end up seeing, which for the longest time the meme was, 6 point infantry, melee infantry, bad. Don't take it. It's terrible. I think with this board still being as impactful as it is, and if you want to take 3 NCU and you do have to take that cut, I think 6 point like melee infantry will get to see more play, and I hopefully, looking at the 6 pointers that we have seen, are pretty solid.
I agree. They kind of feel like, I'm not going to say elite light, but they're
Mm-hmm.
specialists.
Yeah.
Like they're going to accomplish a specific goal. Like I think they're finally starting to get there where yes, your 5 point unit is the backbone unit. You're always going to have one 5 point unit that's kind of, push your list in the direction it wants. A 6 point unit is going to, have some specific synergies with the attachments or the commander you're running. And I think what it's going to come down to is either you have to double up on 5 point units, or you're going to, I guess, yeah, you're probably going to either double up on 5 point units or you're not running elite units if you want to have 3 NCUs, which I think is
Right.
fine because in the current live version of the game, there's like no point to a 5 point unit. And even like 6 point units, you're not taking a 6 point unit because it's 6 points. You're taking a 6 point unit because that's your cavalry option or that's your ranged option. And those are just straight up good and they're worth their points. And then everything else is 7 point units. Like the amount of times that I've built lists, and I don't even mean to, but it's just like it's 4 7 point units and 3 4 point NCUs. It's very formulaic.
Yes.
At
So
least
there's
this.
definitely some like, yeah, there's definitely like a good amount of like, I feel like list diversity somewhat. I mean, seeing how it plays out, I will say I think the 7 point NCUs are still just like, it's a non-starter. There's no world in which I imagine taking a 7 point Edard or a 7 point Roos. Regardless,
Roos,
like their effect would have to be insanely good for me to justify taking one of them for 7 points.
yeah, and I mean, Roos, I think kind of closes in on. I honestly think Roos is probably, if I was going to pay 7 points for an NCU, Roos is probably it. But it just,
Mm-hmm.
if you commit to taking a 7 point NCU, it's so backbreaking
Yeah.
for list building. Like I don't know. I think the 7 point NCUs, if you're gonna have them, I think they need to come with something like there's a specific attachment you could take that gets a 1 point discount.
Yeah, I could see that. That would be something I think you could like build into that like balancing aspect.
The Martell ability.
Something like that. Yeah.
when you,
Oh
when you take,
yeah,
yeah, you get
Dorn,
you
yeah.
take Dorn, and it's like, well, Dorn's not actually on the board, but
Here's
we're going to
Ario.
do, you get this attachment or this sub, whatever you want to phrase it, and
Yeah,
to add to a unit, especially if they go to the 3 points for attachments instead of 4. If they drop that number down, then it might be worth it. Hey, I'm going to put 4 units on the board anyway, so one more attachment for free, I guess.
Yeah, the 3-point change is nice too. I think that is a good change on the Bolton side, and that's mostly I think just because of the Bastard Boys being like totally changed and being able to ignore attachment limits. I don't know how well it will work with other factions. I think with Starks, you're still just kind of fitting things, like you're just plugging attachments in without really thinking about it because things just fit. But at least on the Bolton side, the 3-point change is nice because it does feel like you do really have to like measure what trade-offs you want to get with which Bastards Boys you want to attach into which units.
I think even with Starks, I've only toyed around with Stark list building a couple of times, but I think the change to commander attachments, where 2-point attachments are essentially commander attachments, commanders are 2-point attachments, yada yada, and so forth. I
Yeah.
do think like that's pretty neat because it's like I would take all of those attachments because of the attachments they bring. Like Rob especially. Rob as a 2-point attachment that then unlocks the 3-point combat unit, I think that really helps alleviate list building for their issues. If you wanted to run a 7-point NCU, I think that's the kind of stuff that like allows it, where you can get access to that 3-point activation to help average it out.
Yeah. But is that a 2-point thing, or is that just a Rob thing because he brings a wolf?
It's a Rob thing because he
I
brings
think
a wolf.
yeah. I think like there are definitely like there are some 2-point attachments that I think you will absolutely take. But I think even then, like the 2-point attachments that like Starks, I mean, of the 3 that we were looking at previously, I don't think you were taking 2-point Great John. I think people considered taking 2-point Brendan simply because of it was like 4 auto wounds and you get to reroll defense dice. Like that's a pretty solid 2-point attachment. Now it's just hits and you get to reroll defense dice. I think it's still a decent 2-point attachment, but are you going to bring that over Rob, who gives you a 3-point activation?
Bringing 2 Krannig Wardens is that's a pretty loaded up attachment. I think they might have overdone it with like the Brendan nerf. I think mostly because they nerfed Hold the Line too much. I think Hold the Line just needs to essentially go back to what it is in live. It's 2 hits plus 1 for each remaining rank. I mean, I get, oh well, it deals all of those hits to each enemy that's engaged. How often is Brendan, or really many units, going to be engaged with 2 units at the same time?
Well, if they're pushing us to a 5-2 kind of list build, then it's more likely to happen. But it could also just be like a thing where like the only scenario again, you got free folk that will be horde designed. That was something I also thought about initially with going back to our conversation about letters and stealing first player. Free folk was the one faction I actually thought about that could abuse that because you just have all your trays set up in such a way where you're charge blocking everything. So you can abuse taking letters and stealing first, but they're like the one faction I think that could do that.
Yeah.
Maybe even then, it's like I think, yeah, there's a couple places where I think we could speculate some universes where letters could be abused. But I think that's
Mm-hmm.
really hard to do right now because we literally have absolutely, we don't even know what Starks and Boltons are going to look like, and we can see that we have the entirety of the Bolton faction, but everything is just in such flux. I don't know. Yeah, there's room for abuse with being able to cycle first player, but I
Mm-hmm.
think there's room to, I guess, counter that abuse so long as the swords gives you the ability to charge.
True.
Yes. Yeah. True.
But I am overall much higher on this current preseason stuff than where we were like a week and a half ago. A week and a half ago, when I played some of the like test games with the like the board and everything, I was like, this feels bad. This feels clunky. I don't like this. This current version feels much better. I enjoyed this a lot more. And again, I think the thing that I would praise the most is honestly the terrain changes. The terrain changes I am a huge fan of.
Yes, I am too. That's definitely. I hope that they stay as they are, or if they tweak it a little bit more. That's as long as they don't go overboard. But yeah, I love the terrain changes.
I think really the only terrain change I'd want to see is Weirwood goes to at the start of the activation instead of the end of the activation, because I think at the moment I think the end of the activation makes it really challenging. Like it basically means the weakened token is never going to get removed off of it with the Weirwood. Even like the vulnerable and panic token, maybe it will depending on the sequencing, but I don't think it's going to be impactful enough, especially since a 3-inch aura is still kind of restrictive. That's not that big.
True. I also think, and this is just me, because of the removal of like disorderly charges, because when you're auto in, there's now no point to roll a die. I think there's a slight change you could make of like hindering, because hindering right now, if you're auto in, rolling those 2 dice and discarding the lowest of the two means nothing. It doesn't do anything, which could be an intention, but like hindering, it will only matter if you're outside of auto in charging.
Yeah, I get the reasoning behind getting rid of disorderly charges. I I think they should halve it. Like I think allow you to play either allow you to still continue playing cards when you get a disorderly but you lose your charge reroll, or you keep your charge
Mhm.
reroll but you can't play cards. I think an absolute removal to any penalty to disorderly. I don't know. Like I feel like I know there's a handful of very vocal individuals that think retreats are overpowered, retreats need to be punished.
Mhm.
I think charges are more powerful than a retreat, and I think having that 1 out of 6 chance your charge doesn't go optimally is really important.
Mhm. I wouldn't disagree with that. I think there were so many there's so many times in this game where just like I'm like, all right, well, this feels silly not to roll the charge. But like here we go. I'm just auto in, get all my bonuses, and there was just no like downside really
Yeah, there's just like when there's
outside
no.
of maybe retribution effects, but Starks don't really have that currently.
Yeah, and I mean I think especially since I mean with the reversion of being able to retreat off the horses, it is less punishing. But getting engaged is really significant. And now they are starting to punish retreats more, like horrific visage hitting the retreat. Ben Bones is
Yep.
able to hit the retreat. Like retreats aren't as safe right now. I mean, I know that's only a couple of instances, but taking the horses, you're getting weakened, you can charge off of the sword zone, which I think really cancels out a lot of the effect of the horse zone. It's
Right.
I think I I'm not gonna say retreats are too punished. I think it's fine what they've done with that. It's just charges are really really powerful when you're able to get somebody else now stuck in combat, and this is a lot, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'd like to see more play tests. I'm probably going to
Yeah.
end the stream in a moment. Um,
Mhm.
I'd like to
All
thank you
right.
both for hopping on in. To everybody watching in the future, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the people that are currently watching. And I will try and give everybody an update in all the channels that I'm normally broadcasting in when we're going to have our next one, because next week is Christmas on Thursday. So probably won't be doing it then.
Aw.
But I mean, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I got work off that day." Usually, it is for me too, but I'll be with the in-laws that day, so I will not be around to run the stream. If somebody else from Broken Banners is around to run the stream that day, that's a different story. But for now, at least, I will see if I can figure out a different date for that. And again, to everybody watching now, present, past, future, whenever, please hit me up on Discord if you are interested in hopping on the playtest. I will definitely reach out to both you, Tristan, and Matt again in the future to hop on in. I love getting other people to play, and I love that I don't have to play and run the stream at the same time. It makes my life so much easier.